Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third day of learning the third letter of the alphabets. Oh, we already learned the third letter. No, the third alphabet that you're going to learn in this series. So let's have a recap of what we already learned. We learned the letter C, we learned the letter A, and now it's time to learn the next letter that's going to look similar like these two letters. It's going to be the letter O, the basic form of alphabets. Okay, so you might have seen people writing O like this, and some people write O like this, and some do write O like this. This is the worst form, but it comes with speed. We can't avoid it. But to correct this O, you need to start practicing either, this one or this one. Okay, so for that we need to master the letter C properly so that we avoid the initial loop. Can you see, when you write C, it's easier. When you don't practice those two letters A and C, you're going to get the initial loop for the letter O. Okay, so first start with C, bring it up and make a loop on top. You can either make a very tiny loop or avoid the loop. Some prefer writing without the loops, some feel like they want to. There are some reasons behind it, the graphological reasons. We'll learn about that later, but for now, you can either choose number 1 or 2. I'll be teaching you both the first and the second. It talks about how truthful you are, how honest you are. Okay, the clear O, the more plain and good you are. Okay, let's practice this again. Start with the letter C, retrace it with a tiny triangle here, bring it up, do not make the loop, that's also fine, or you can make a tiny loop on top if you feel like you like it. So either way it's right. Okay, practice this letter O. So the O is a very tricky letter because it's quite difficult to get the exact circle. So you can go with an oval, avoid doing a very stingy one like that, or a big fat O. This is not a good one. Okay, so an oval is the right way to write the letter O. Okay, so it goes like this, the second part. So you write the C, and then from the bottom you bring it up with the loop or without the loop. So you can decide which one you'd like to follow. So that's all about the letter O. Yeah. And practice all these letters. Be conscious of how you write the letter O with other letters. It's a bit tricky because you start from the baseline, but this is a letter that doesn't end in the baseline. It just floats on top. So connecting this letter with letter R and letter S will be a bit tricky. Okay, because every letter starts from the baseline. So starting a letter from the baseline is extremely important. The cursive letters, it's like the baseline is the reality line, your current present situation, how you are at the present, that's the baseline. So every letter must begin from here. C, A, and now the letter O. But since O is floating on top, you can bring it down like this so that it will be easier for you to connect it with the next one. But also you can just doing it as an individual letter, it's okay to practice it like that. So let's say oat, O, A. Can you see how I write O and A together? But when you write it fast, see, it gets easier. So you need to practice a letter O so that it gets easier when you connect the alphabets. Connect the alphabets, grammar. Okay, so keep practicing until we see in the next class. So I'm repeating it again. Be conscious while you write these three letters, the letter C, A, and O. So until, till today, just focus on these three. So as you practice the other letters, this just comes unconsciously. Okay then, bye bye.